When we think about strength, the world often gives us a very narrow picture. People measure strength by muscles, money, influence, or status. They believe the man with the biggest body, the wealthiest bank account, or the highest position is the strongest. They think the woman who appears confident, independent, or always busy is the strongest. But in reality, true strength is something much deeper. True strength is something that money cannot buy, muscles cannot show, and status cannot define. True strength comes from faith, character, patience, and resilience. Allah created men and women with different abilities and qualities, and each is powerful in their own way. Understanding this is key to realizing your own potential and embracing the unique way Allah designed you. A man may have physical strength or the ability to protect, but that alone does not make him truly strong. His real strength is revealed in his ability to be responsible, to uphold truth, to stand firm in the face of hardship, and to provide for his family with honesty and integrity. Strength is also in his patience when life becomes heavy, in his calmness when challenges surround him, and in his ability to rely on Allah when nothing seems certain. Similarly, a woman's strength is often unseen by the outside world. The world may judge her based on appearances, actions, or the roles she fulfills, but Allah knows the true power she carries in her heart. Her strength is in her patience during trials, in her kindness that changes hearts, in her resilience when life seems overwhelming, and in her unwavering trust in Allah even when circumstances are difficult. A woman can influence generations, inspire change, and bring light into homes and communities through her compassion, wisdom, and perseverance. Many people do not understand this, and it is easy to feel weak when comparing yourself to others. Men may feel they must show their strength outwardly, or that their value is tied to how others see them. Women may feel pressure to appear strong in every way, or to meet the expectations of society. But real strength is internal. It is the ability to remain steadfast in faith, to uphold good character even when it is difficult, and to continue walking on the path of righteousness, no matter how heavy the burden. The first step to discovering true strength is to look inward. Ask yourself, where does my strength come from? Is it from the world, from other people's approval, or from Allah? Real strength begins when you realize that everything you have, your courage, your patience, your abilities, your resilience, comes from Allah. When you internalize this truth, fear and self-doubt lose their power. You stop comparing yourself to others because you understand that your journey is unique and Allah has given you exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose. Strength is also revealed in how we handle failure, disappointment, and trials. Life will test you, both men and women, in ways that feel unfair and heavy. There will be times when it seems like everything is going wrong, when your efforts feel wasted, and when the world tells you that you are weak. But in those moments, your real strength is tested. Your ability to remain patient, to trust Allah, to continue striving without giving up, that is the power that no one can take away. Another key aspect of true strength is emotional awareness and control. Many people mistake emotional sensitivity for weakness, but the Quran teaches that strength is also in controlling your anger, in showing mercy, in being humble, and in speaking the truth, even when it is difficult. For men, this may mean restraining pride or arrogance and showing compassion even when others are harsh. For women, this may mean balancing responsibilities, managing emotions, and guiding others with wisdom and patience. True strength allows you to respond to life with balance, courage, and faith, not with rash decisions or despair. Strength is also reflected in your impact on others. A strong man uplifts those around him through guidance, protection, and encouragement. A strong woman uplifts those around her through love, patience, and wisdom. True strength is never selfish. It is always used to benefit others and to bring people closer to goodness. It is measured not by what you take, but by what you give. Your time, your support, your care, your prayers, and your honesty. It is important to remember that men and women are different, but equal in value. Comparing one to the other is meaningless, because Allah has given each person unique qualities suited to their role and purpose. Men have their own areas of strength, women have theirs, and both are equally honored in the eyes of Allah when they live righteously. A man may struggle in areas where a woman excels, and vice versa. Understanding this allows both genders to appreciate their own gifts, stop self-doubt, and stop envy of others. Lastly, true strength is rooted in faith and reliance on Allah. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that No matter the hardship, the test, or the struggle, those who put their trust in Allah will never be truly weak. A man who stands firm in faith, seeks guidance in prayer, and strives with honesty is strong. A woman who raises her children, serves her family, and remains patient in trials while trusting Allah is strong. Strength is not always loud, it is often quiet, patient, and consistent. It is in the choices you make daily, in the discipline you maintain, and in the heart that refuses to give up hope. So if you are a man, embrace the strength Allah has placed in you. Be responsible, be patient, and be guided by faith. If you are a woman, embrace the strength Allah has placed in you. Be patient, be wise, and trust that your efforts and resilience are shaping the world in ways you may not even see. True strength is not temporary, it is eternal, and it grows when you connect it to Allah. Your journey to discovering your true inner strength begins today. In this moment, stop measuring yourself by the world's standards. Look within, trust Allah, and embrace the power He has placed in your heart. Because real strength is faith, patience, and character, and that is a power no one can take away. When we talk about men and strength, many people immediately think of muscles, dominance, or wealth. The world tells men that to be strong, they must always be powerful, in control, and never show weakness, but this is a lie. True strength for a man is not about how others see him. It is about how he acts when no one is watching and how he carries responsibility with patience, faith, and integrity. Allah has placed men in positions where they are expected to lead, protect, and provide. This is not a burden, it is a form of trust and honor. A man's real strength is shown when he faces difficulties without giving up, when he provides for his family despite challenges, and when he makes decisions guided by fairness, honesty, and wisdom. True strength is being calm in the storm, not creating the storm. It is about controlling anger, not letting pride take over, and choosing mercy even when the world is harsh. A man may face hardships that feel heavy on his shoulders. Perhaps he struggles financially, emotionally, or in his relationships. Perhaps he feels like he is failing in his duties. These moments are tests, moments where real strength is revealed. Strength is not in avoiding challenges, but in standing firm and doing your best while relying on Allah. A man who remains patient, sincere, and diligent, even when life feels unfair, is stronger than someone with unlimited wealth or influence. Part of a man's true strength is his ability to protect and guide others. It is shown in how he treats his family, friends, and community. A strong man does not use his strength to intimidate. He uses it to support and uplift. He teaches by example, leads with fairness, and remains humble even in positions of power. Strength is not arrogance, it is responsibility, and responsibility requires courage. The courage to face fear, the courage to do what is right, and the courage to remain patient when the path is difficult. Another aspect of real strength is emotional control. Society often teaches men to suppress emotions, but the Quran teaches that strength includes wisdom, patience, and compassion. A man who can forgive, show kindness, and remain gentle when facing hostility possesses more power than someone who acts only through force. Real strength is in knowing when to act and when to remain calm. It is in guiding others with love rather than fear. Faith is the ultimate source of strength for a man. A man who trusts Allah, seeks guidance in prayer, and keeps his heart connected to Allah is unshakable. No matter the situation, job loss, health struggles, financial difficulty, or personal setbacks, a man who relies on Allah remains strong because he knows that his efforts are seen, his prayers are heard, and his struggles are not ignored. Strength grows when faith grows. Real strength is also consistent effort. A man does not achieve greatness overnight. He builds strength by working honestly, by being disciplined, and by taking small, sincere steps every day. It is in waking up early, keeping promises, maintaining honesty in work, caring for family, and serving the community. Every action done sincerely becomes a form of strength that accumulates over time. Even small steps, when done with faith and purpose, carry immense power. A strong man also acknowledges his weaknesses. True strength is not pretending to be perfect. It is recognizing limitations and striving to improve. When a man admits his mistakes, seeks forgiveness from Allah, and works to better himself, he becomes stronger than someone who hides behind pride or arrogance. Humility is a sign of strength, not weakness. Furthermore, a man's strength is seen in his protection of values and faith. In a world filled with distractions and temptations, staying true to what Allah has commanded Maintaining honesty and avoiding sins requires enormous courage. It is easy to follow the crowd, but a strong man chooses the path of righteousness, even if it is lonely or difficult. This inner strength becomes a shield against the pressures of life and a beacon for others to follow. A man's role is not to control or dominate, but to uplift, guide, and protect. Strength without responsibility is meaningless. Strength without faith is fragile. Strength without patience crumbles under pressure. But when a man combines effort, faith, patience, and responsibility, he becomes unstoppable. Life may challenge him, society may doubt him, but his heart remains firm, and his actions reflect the power Allah has placed within him. Finally, remember that real strength is silent, steady, and consistent. It does not shout or boast. It shows in small acts of courage, in consistent honesty, in patient endurance, and in humble reliance on Allah. A man who wakes up each day with the intention to do good, to lead by example, and to stay connected to Allah is stronger than anyone who seeks strength in outward appearances. So if you are a man, understand that your true power is your patience, your responsibility, your integrity, and your faith. Strength is not what the world says it is. Strength is what Allah knows it is, the ability to stay firm, to act with honesty, and to trust that He will guide your path. When you embrace responsibility with sincerity and rely on Allah in every step, you embody a power that cannot be taken away, a strength that endures through every trial, and a character that leaves a lasting impact on the world. Your strength is not just for you, it is for your family, your community, and your legacy. Use it wisely. Nurture it with faith. Anchor it in patience, and watch as Allah multiplies it in ways you cannot even imagine. The world often misunderstands women's strength. Many believe strength is about force, loudness, or dominance. But Allah shows us that the greatest strength often comes through softness, patience, and resilience. Women are powerful not because they raise their voices, but because their hearts, their patience, and their wisdom carry a strength that can change lives, families, and even communities. A woman's strength is reflected in her ability to remain steadfast in faith. She faces challenges, sometimes silently, and yet continues to trust Allah, to pray, and to act with integrity. Life is not always easy, and the responsibilities a woman carries can be heavy. Balancing family, personal growth, work, and societal expectations is not simple. Yet, in these challenges, her true power shines. Her patience in trials, her resilience in difficulty, and her unwavering faith are all signs of immense strength. One of the most profound forms of strength a woman possesses is her ability to nurture and influence. A mother, a sister, a daughter, or a wife can shape hearts and minds through compassion, wisdom, and guidance. The way she teaches, guides, and uplifts others is a type of power that cannot be measured by worldly standards. While men may protect with force, women protect with love, understanding, and patience. Her ability to empathize and console brings stability and comfort to the people around her, and her actions often plant seeds that grow for generations. Strength for a woman is also in her resilience during hardship. Life may test her in ways that feel overwhelming. Financial struggles, emotional burdens, family responsibilities, societal pressures. There will be times when she feels exhausted, alone, or unappreciated. But in these moments, her true strength emerges. She prays, she perseveres, and she keeps moving forward even when the world seems heavy. Her reliance on Allah and her patience under pressure show a power far greater than outward displays of might. Another dimension of a woman's strength is her wisdom and emotional intelligence. She understands situations deeply, she navigates relationships carefully, and she balances her responsibilities with grace. She often carries the emotional weight of those around her, yet does not let it break her spirit. Her ability to listen, guide, and respond with care is a form of influence that shapes homes and communities. Allah honors this strength, showing that power is not always visible. Sometimes it is in the silent endurance and thoughtful guidance that changes the world. A strong woman also understands the importance of faith and reliance on Allah. No matter how heavy her burdens, she turns to Allah in prayer and dua, seeking guidance, patience, and support. Her heart remains connected to her Creator, even when the path is difficult. This connection gives her courage, resilience, and inner peace. She knows that her struggles are not a punishment, but a training of her heart and soul, and she trusts that Allah is preparing something better for her. Softness does not mean weakness. A woman's compassion, patience, and gentle nature are strategic forms of strength. She knows when to act firmly and when to respond with care. She influences through love, not intimidation. She guides through example, not force. And in every decision, she seeks Allah's guidance, understanding that true power is rooted in faith and righteousness. A woman's strength is also seen in her ability to maintain dignity and composure in the face of criticism, hardship, or injustice. While society may try to define her by appearances or achievements, she knows that her real value lies in her character, faith, and actions. She stands tall not through confrontation but through patience, prayer, and unwavering principles. Her strength is quiet but unshakable, like a tree with deep roots that bends but does not break in the storm. Moreover, women have the ability to bring life and hope through their roles. A mother nurtures the next generation. A sister provides support and guidance. A wife builds a partnership based on trust, respect, and care. In every act of patience, kindness, and wisdom, she exerts a profound influence that goes far beyond herself. Her strength is measured not by what she commands, but by the positive change she inspires. The Quran and Hadith honor this kind of strength. Women like Khadija radiyallahu anha, Aisha radiyallahu anha, Fatima radiyallahu anha, and Maryam radiyallahu anha demonstrate that true power lies in faith, patience, and character. They faced trials, managed responsibilities, and impacted generations, all while staying connected to Allah. Their strength was unseen by many, yet it was undeniable, eternal, and transformative. A woman's strength is also about self-awareness and personal growth. She acknowledges her weaknesses, seeks knowledge, prays for guidance, and strives to improve herself. Her efforts, when combined with faith, create barakah, blessing in her life and in the lives of those around her. Strength grows in her consistency, her humility, and her trust in Allah's wisdom, even when outcomes are uncertain. Ultimately, the secret of a woman's power lies in embracing her role, her heart, and her faith. She does not need to imitate the world's definition of strength. She does not need to compete with men in outward dominance. Her strength is hers, unique, divine, and indispensable. When she aligns her actions with her faith, seeks guidance from Allah, and carries herself with patience, wisdom, and compassion, she becomes a force of change and blessing in the world. So if you are a woman, recognize the immense power you carry. Your patience, compassion, wisdom, and reliance on Allah are your true strength. Trust that every act of kindness, every prayer, every moment of perseverance is shaping your life and the lives of those around you. Your strength may be quiet, but it is eternal, unstoppable, and blessed by Allah. Your power is not measured by the eyes of the world. It is measured by your heart, your faith, and the positive impact you leave. Embrace it, trust it, and let it shine, because Allah created you with strength that no one can take away. After understanding the unique strengths of men and women, the most important truth becomes clear. All real strength comes from Allah. No matter how strong, patient, or wise a person is, ultimate power, guidance, and success are granted by Allah alone. Without Him, every effort can fall short, every plan can fail, and every ability can be limited. Men and women may have different qualities: courage, patience, resilience, wisdom, compassion, but all of these are gifts from Allah, and all are strengthened when a heart is connected to Him. True strength is not just physical power, emotional control, or intellect. It is faith, reliance, and trust in Allah's plan, even when life seems uncertain. Think about life's challenges. A man faces pressures to provide, to lead, and to protect. A woman faces responsibilities to nurture, guide, and maintain patience in her relationships. Both face trials, financial struggles, emotional pain, societal pressures, and personal doubts. These trials are tests of strength, but strength alone cannot overcome them. What allows a person to succeed is turning to Allah, seeking His guidance, and trusting His wisdom. Allah tells us in the Quran, "So rely upon Allah, indeed you are upon the clear truth." Surah Hud 123. This is not just advice, it is a powerful principle. When we rely on Allah sincerely, our efforts become blessed, our hearts gain peace, and obstacles that seemed impossible begin to fade. Strength without Allah is like a ship without an anchor. It may move for a while, but it will eventually drift. Strength rooted in Allah is unshakable, even in the strongest storm. True strength comes when a person acknowledges their limitations and surrenders to Allah's wisdom. Pride and self-reliance can mislead even the most capable individuals, but humility, prayer, and reliance on Allah create a foundation that cannot be broken. Men learn patience, women learn resilience, and both gain wisdom when they remember that their abilities are gifts from the Almighty. Dua supplication is one of the strongest tools of connection to Allah. Raising your hands, speaking from the heart, and asking Allah for guidance and strength is more powerful than any human plan. A man asking for patience, a woman asking for courage, both are tapping into the ultimate source of power. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that Allah responds to those who turn to Him sincerely. Call upon me, I will respond to you. Surah Ghafir 60. When strength comes from Allah, it transforms everything. A man's courage becomes steady and just. A woman's patience becomes unbreakable. Decisions are guided by wisdom rather than emotion. Challenges become opportunities for growth. Even failures are no longer discouraging because they are recognized as part of Allah's plan, a way to test faith, build character, and bring the heart closer to Him. Relying on Allah also removes fear and doubt. Many people live in constant anxiety about their abilities, their future, or the outcome of their efforts. But when the heart trusts Allah completely, fear loses its grip. Strength rooted in Him brings confidence without arrogance, courage without recklessness, and patience without despair. Another sign of strength from Allah is consistency. People may face discouragement and setbacks, but when actions are guided by faith, small efforts accumulate blessings beyond imagination. A man working sincerely, a woman persevering patiently, both find that doors begin to open in ways that human logic cannot explain. Their actions are supported, their intentions multiplied, and their impact far-reaching. This is the barakah of relying on Allah, a blessing that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. True strength from Allah is also visible in how one treats others. A person who recognizes that their abilities are from Allah becomes humble, forgiving, and compassionate. They do not oppress, boast, or rely solely on themselves. Instead, they act with integrity, serve others, and remain mindful that every good they possess is a gift from Allah. Strength guided by Allah is not about dominance, it is about righteous influence, patience, and mercy. In times of extreme hardship, strength from Allah is a refuge. When financial pressure feels overwhelming, when emotional burdens seem too heavy, when decisions appear impossible, turning to Allah changes everything. A man finds courage to continue, a woman finds patience to endure, and both experience peace that surpasses worldly understanding. Hearts become resilient, minds become clear, and life begins to align with divine wisdom. Ultimately, the greatest lesson is simple: strength is never just yours. It is Allah's gift, and the closer you are to Him, the stronger you become. Men and women alike discover that their abilities, patience, courage, and wisdom are amplified when they trust Him. When life tests you, remember the same power that created the universe is ready to guide, protect, and empower you. So if you want to be truly strong in your actions, in your heart, in your character, turn to Allah in every moment. Pray, rely, and submit. Let your efforts be guided by His wisdom, your patience inspired by His promise, and your courage strengthened by His presence. When you do, you will see that real strength is not what you achieve alone, but what Allah enables you to achieve through faith. Men, women, young and old, your true power is not measured by the world, by numbers, or by appearances. It is measured by your connection to Allah, your reliance on Him, and your sincerity in action. Embrace this truth, and you will find a strength that cannot be broken, a confidence that cannot be shaken, and a peace that cannot be disturbed. Remember, no matter the challenge, no matter the trial, all real strength flows from Allah. Trust Him, act sincerely, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Understanding strength, whether in men, women, or through reliance on Allah, is one thing. Applying it every single day is what transforms your life. True strength isn't only in moments of challenge, it's in the small, consistent choices we make every morning, every hour, every action. Start with your heart. Begin each day with the intention to connect with Allah. When you wake up, do not immediately immerse yourself in distractions, worries, or worldly stress. Instead, remind yourself that today is a gift from Allah, a chance to act with courage, patience, and wisdom. This simple mindset is the foundation of daily strength. A man can face challenges with determination. A woman can navigate responsibilities with patience, and both can stay calm and focused because their hearts are rooted in faith. Daily strength comes through prayer and remembrance. Salah is not just a ritual, it is a source of power. It centers the mind, anchors the heart, and reminds you who truly controls your life. When you pray with focus, your worries feel lighter. When you remember Allah throughout your day, saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, your heart gains clarity and your patience grows. These small acts accumulate spiritual energy that empowers every decision, every interaction, and every effort. Another way to apply strength is through consistent action. Strength is not passive. It requires movement. A man striving for success in his responsibilities, a woman caring for her family or pursuing her goals, both need to take deliberate steps toward their purpose. Even small actions matter. Making dua, helping someone, completing a task, learning a skill, or showing kindness. When your actions are guided by faith, they carry barakah, unseen blessings that multiply their effect. A single sincere step, no matter how small, can create a ripple of positive outcomes beyond what you imagine. Strength is also applied through emotional control and patience. Life will test you. Conflicts, misunderstandings, setbacks, and pressures are inevitable. A person who has learned to rely on Allah responds with calm, not anger. They handle difficulties with wisdom, not haste. They forgive, they endure, and they persevere. This emotional mastery is a daily practice that shows real power. Men can protect without harming, women can guide without forcing, and both can maintain dignity in every situation. Another daily application is consistency in self-improvement. A strong person does not wait for motivation or perfect circumstances. They work steadily to improve their character, knowledge, and habits. Reading the Quran, learning new skills, maintaining honesty, being kind to others, managing time wisely, and taking care of health, all of these are exercises in strength. They shape your heart, mind, and life in alignment with Allah's guidance. Every positive habit builds resilience and power from the inside out. Daily strength is also about gratitude and perspective. Instead of focusing on what is missing, strong hearts focus on what is given. A man can appreciate his efforts and progress, a woman can value her impact and care, and both can thank Allah for every blessing, big or small. Gratitude opens doors that complaints cannot. It strengthens patience, softens the heart, and attracts barakah into life. When you start your day with thankfulness, challenges feel lighter, and opportunities become clearer. Another important aspect is helping others. True strength is not self-centered. Every act of compassion, encouragement, or support demonstrates a heart connected to Allah. A man providing for others with sincerity, a woman mentoring or guiding others patiently, both show that strength is not only for oneself. It multiplies when used to uplift those around you. Helping others builds confidence, resilience, and inner peace. It also reflects the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah, showing that strength rooted in faith impacts the community positively. Finally, applying strength daily requires trust and surrender. No matter how much effort you put in, not everything will go as planned. But a strong heart understands that Allah is the ultimate planner. Every closed door, every delay, every challenge is part of His wisdom. Men, women, young, old, all find that surrendering to Allah's plan is not giving up. It is aligning with the source of all strength. When you act sincerely and trust Allah, your steps are guided, your heart is peaceful, and your life begins to flow in the right direction. So how do you make this practical every day? Begin with your intentions. Remember Allah, pray sincerely. Take deliberate actions with focus and care. Practice patience, gratitude, and consistency. Improve yourself and help others. Trust the outcomes to Allah. These small, intentional steps will turn ordinary days into a life of power, purpose, and blessings. Every morning is an opportunity to apply this strength. Every choice you make either strengthens your heart and life or allows weakness to grow. Remember, your strength is not measured by the world's standards, but by your reliance on Allah, your patience, your character, and your impact on others. When you start each day with faith, intention, and action, you become unstoppable. This is the secret of lasting strength. For men, women, and every believer, connect with Allah, act sincerely, and embrace your daily opportunities with courage and patience. Your mornings, your intentions, your actions, and your trust in Allah together determine your life.